Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of 2026 with your Tech Teen family, episode 28. I know y'all thought we were gone. We weren't going nowhere. We just needed some time to rest. But it's your girl, Janita.
C. Jones.
And your boy O. Ricks. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all the good things. We need y'all. Support us.
All of the things. And, gotta make sure we say our infamous tagline. This is where Black excellence and tech meet. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
First question. When can you stop saying Happy New Year? Because people on my job is saying all week. I was like, you can say it after the first time you see me, but don't say it no more.
After the first time you see me, and I think the first week is enough.
The first week, okay. That's
like,
what
even if I see you next week, then, or I guess this week, technically. Yeah. This week, we don't have to say it anymore. I'll just say, hey.
It's the first week back, and that's it. If I didn't talk to you last week, well.
So you're getting a hey, how was your holiday? But not a Happy New Year.
How you been?
I can still ask, how the year ended out, whatever.
Yeah.
But there's the 2 weeks in, and that's it.
That's it. There's a funny Curb Your Enthusiasm skit that they say Happy New Year all the way like through the end of the month. He like, when y'all gonna stop? So I asked my team that. I was like, yo, when y'all gonna stop saying Happy New Year? So somebody was like, the first time you see someone, you say it for the new year.
Yeah.
And then through the first week, that was the two. So,
okay.
All right, so no more Happy New Year.
Good consensus.
Thank you.
R.I.P. Happy New Year.
Well, to catch the audience up, how was everybody's holiday? How's the year starting out?
Restful and peaceful.
Yeah, good. I'm off to a good start. Feel strong, feel bright, feel ready to go. Reinvigorated.
Yeah, you got the black salute.
So that's what we left off with, supporting black companies and everything. So
I love it.
Tech and Black Excellence Meet.
That's
this is not our brand, but
so much. I know. Darn it. I'll catch y'all on the next
personal
episode.
goals.
I feel that.
I love it. I love it.
How about you?
Mine was great. I went to Miami. So.
Did
Christmas morning with the kiddo. Shout out to great co-parents out there. Left it with a daddy.
Yes.
And went down to Mexico. Or not Mexico, Miami. Shout out to the co-parents holding it down.
Yeah.
Went down to Miami and had a nice little warmer. It was still cold down there for Miami.
Christmas or New Year?
So both technically, because I literally did Christmas morning and then said, all right, y'all, after the gifts were open, went straight to Hartsfield Jackson.
I love it.
Went down to Miami. It was
I was
nice.
at the airport that day, in Atlanta Airport.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Christmas Day. That's probably the
2
least.
second.
I thought
No one was traveling. Christmas Eve, probably the day before.
Christmas Eve or the day after is probably a little busier.
Yeah.
But between there and then we should have come back on the first, but even coming back on the second, it was not bad.
That's the travel hack. Was travel on the day of the holiday is easy, but nobody likes to travel on the day of the holiday.
Yeah, I don't like that. I hated that for years. Yeah.
So it was good. All right. So we rounded out last year talking a little bit about, what we would do or how we would approach goals in the new year. Do you guys want to share a little bit more about what your goals are this year? Maybe we can share a little bit about what we want to see for the pod.
Yes.
We can have a little conversation.
Mr. 10-year plan.
Yeah, it's funny. I know you were going to say something about that. But I actually reset. So the first time I've done those 10-year plans was in 2021. So I kind of reset for now 2026. So looking what I accomplished for the last 5 years, now I have more stretch goals for the next 10 years. So it's not just, trying to get to 2031, but now I'm going to 2036. But I did take Janita's advice and trying to do things for the year, but also breaking things down in quarters too. Yep. So I think having the goals per quarter is something that's really going to be beneficial for me. So one fitness goal that I have this year is to do 4 fitness events this year. So that's easily one fitness event per quarter. So that's easy for me.
Okay.
Yeah, something simple like that.
Okay. I love that. Yeah.
And that could be running, CrossFit, high rocks, 5K, 10K, whatever. Competition.
That should clue you into his mentality
by
the list of events you just said. Because I would have been like, the turkey trot.
Krispy Kreme run.
I can go do a pickleball tournament.
Yeah. Well, that counts, So that's fitness, Shout out to the pickleballers out there.
I love it.
So,
what about you?
I am still working on mine. I'm
fair.
giving myself the month to figure out everything because I'm just like, I'm not so pressed on having everything done in the first couple of weeks. Usually I gotta have my goals written out before the beginning of the year. I usually do it, but I've been chilling. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been chilling.
What had you chilling? What had you going that little slowdown?
I needed to chill. Because I was tired, boss.
That's real though.
No, I was really tired. I'm still tired.
You know what? I think we should normalize, if you don't feel like it, don't stress yourself out. Because I do think that that's a great measure of how you want to start your year. If you start so anxious, already trying to meet a goal that's basically your own goal, like you're on your own timeline, that cannot be good for the year. So I do actually, I applaud you for taking your time.
I spent a lot more time reflecting than projecting or goal setting. I look back instead of forward this time around. So I tried to see what I wanted to accomplish in 2025, and did I actually accomplish that, or what I need to readjust for 2026. So I reflected more than I'd set goals. So now that's the next step, is setting the goals, because I think I did a good job last year.
One of the things I just added to my goals this year, and to tell everybody, is just have patience. So it's actually funny you say that. So I just picked this up 2 days ago.
I love
have patience. Everything
I need more patience. Yeah, for sure.
Things gonna be okay. You know?
Speaking of, did y'all set a word or a theme yet for the year?
Yeah.
Because we talked about that in the last episode too.
And I was trying to be really PC and think of some things that felt really good to say out loud and felt very demure. And then I decided that was an awful idea. So my mentality for the year is, I'm just on this black ass podcast. I am going to have white 60-plus-year-old man audacity all year long. All year long. That is because I was trying to make it, is it unshaken? I want to be unmoved. I want to be all day. No. I want to have a specific type of audacity this year. And so that's kind of my phrase, but underneath it is none of the yuck that I think initially comes off with it. It's just more of I don't want to live and make decisions based on any type of victim mentality, any type of convincing myself that I can't do, that I want to be underqualified and overly excited for everything. And so I've shared with the guys, but included in that is my 1,000 rejections for the year.
I was gonna bring that up.
Tell me more about this 1,000 because I loved it. It was the year of 1,000 no's or something. I'm like, what?
So basically, as you guys know, outside of this, I've become the CEO of a beauty brand, and we're looking, which I can say now, we're looking to expand into the U.S. this year.
I got that Lehigh ivory shade on my hands.
I love it. Face. I love it. So basically with that, it's you can't approach with any type of hesitation in that space at all. You have to ask all the questions. You have to be prepared. So I'm seeking 1,000 no's, because kind of the psychology is, I'll likely never get there.
Right.
But if I make that my goal, then I'm not hesitant to ask any questions, one. And then two, I think I've said this maybe some pods ago. One of the best advice that I've ever received is actually from my sister-in-law's ex-fiance, which is so wild.
Hold on. What?
Sister-in-law's ex-fiance.
Okay. I'm like, that's your mama, daddy, brother.
I left it alone. Once people start doing that, I hear them like, all right, cool.
I just didn't want to say his name.
Words.
But anyway, was from somebody who didn't necessarily have a long stint in my life, but this small thing was pretty impactful.
Yeah.
And he said, the biggest power you can have is being okay with hearing no. Because if you're okay with knowing that the outcome of a question is no, you can ask anything. And I always sat in the back of my head, and I took it seriously, but only when I wanted to, where I feel like this year, that's basically the thought of, I'm looking for 1,000 rejections, because I know I likely won't get 1,000 rejections, but out of that fear of what if they say no, or what if they take it this way, which ties back into that white man audacity, is I don't care. Not that I don't care how people will take it, but I can't be so invested in what the ask might make people perceive me as, or think of me. I need to look at it as, hey, if I'm going to propel this business forward, if we're going to have a great entry into the U.S., then I need to be willing to ask the partners that I would think oh, no, we're too small for them to say yes. Allow them to say no to me. So that's my kind of mode, my thought for the year.
Yeah.
Let me know what y'all think out there, y'all.
That also plays into like a lot of billionaires say they failed and failed and failed and failed. So that's part of the no, right? Fear of rejection. I have a fear of rejection that I'm working on in therapy. But now I think I'm going to use that because if I keep hearing no, that rejection is like, okay, it's just the way of life.
Well, and I think it's more of the thought that you likely won't actually get rejected. It's literally that it's a fear. That's because anybody that or the person that inspired me to make the bump, she had a video where she was like, I was looking for 1,000 rejections and I got 20.
Oh, wow.
And so it's just like, and it was to frame like, I literally asked so many questions trying to get to that number and I couldn't even get there, regardless of how hard I tried. So I'm just gonna take it. So far I'm at 0. I've asked questions, asked a lot of questions. I haven't heard a no yet.
Okay.
Yeah. I got some pending. We'll see. But it's not a no.
But even that smile, on the other side of fear is that excitement, that rush, and it's like on the other side of no is what? Yes. So,
that's true.
Yeah. Forget a fear. Fuck a fear.
Yeah. Fuck a fear. Look at that. That might go over your fear.
We're going for non-PC goals this year.
Fuck a fear. Oh man, sorry.
What about y'all?
Well,
I know he said he doesn't have a goal, but
I got goals.
He got 2025 goals.
The bum. No. He doesn't have a goal yet this year. Do you have yours of like what specifically, or a guiding word or anything?
Yeah, I think I left off last in the season 1 with choosing your heart, and I've been telling everybody that. So that's that theme I'm going with this year. It's interesting, kind of going back to the whole corporate space. We have to continue to learn and grow ourselves. And it's not going to be easy, right? Just being in that constant state of just learning new things. This AI, the technology, the products that are coming out is something new every single day. It feels like. So it just don't forget to become an expert or just be good at something. Yeah. Just don't stop learning. Don't. We had the industrial phase, we had the web phase, now we have the AI phase. So that's my whole thing is choose your heart. So just go learn something new.
Yes.
And I do have a word I'm pondering. Because last year was focus and execution.
Okay.
So I'm keeping that theme in words. And then this one's commitment. So I'm committed, staying committed. Because my problem is discipline and staying committed. So I'll start something. I'll start working out and do it a couple weeks and then go right back to it. I'll start practicing golf so I can get better and then I stop doing it. So it's staying committed. Focus, execute, stay committed.
I have a question about that, though.
Okay.
I have a question, too.
Oh, God.
Okay. Well, no. Mostly because I've also reframed what commitment looks like and not being so hard about, like, did you do it for 365? So a great example. I had a silent goal that I didn't share out loud, so I guess I'm sharing it here. But I wanted to read the Bible and actually read it cover to cover in 365. And they have this plan in the Bible app.
I got a plan. And we need to look at our plans.
So last year I made it today 275 unbroken. And then that was when Lehigh Beauty picked back up and I ain't picked that thing back up at all. And I was like, man, I could choose to sit here and give myself a hard time for not doing the last 90, or I can acknowledge that for 275 days, I did that nonstop. And so sometimes I have the question of like, what is commitment? Because in my mind, I committed. Or even in the marriage category, it's like, listen, but I had a 10-year relationship. A lot of people don't have a 10-year relationship. So yes, I was committed. We were committed. I don't view it as a failure. That's a hard thing to achieve. So maybe in that lane of commitment, it also can be what serves you and recognizing like other things in life can happen.
That's true.
That doesn't necessarily mean you're less committed versus, hey, I can't commit to this because at this season, this just isn't a priority for whatever free time or whatever I might have.
Because I'm not striving for perfection.
Right.
Progression over perfection.
Exactly. So that was my...
You're not fasting. Fasting only have to be consistent at, right?
Well, I am actually fasting right now.
You fast all day. You might be...
I'm fasting faster. My fast ass.
Fasting ass.
Fast ass.
I'm sorry, yes. I'm going to finish your point. Okay. I'm fasting up right now. Literally in a fast for the new year.
I don't even know.
That's one of my goals too. So I want to keep doing my fast. Y'all know I'm always doing a fast. Right now I'm doing no meat, no sugar, no fast food. Of course I stopped drinking alcohol. No smoky smoke. What else?
Doing it for a whole month? How long are you doing it for?
I'm only doing it for 2 weeks this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I want to get back into it. Because again, progression over perfection. I try to do the months, and I'm like,
You can do it
all the way. Yeah. So
you got accountability partners in us, and your community.
And now
friends,
you've told thousands of people.
Yeah. So y'all help me stay committed.
If you see O out in the street, just slap his hand.
Right, hit on the ground.
Right.
What was your question?
You said something about fasting, and I interrupted. I'm sorry.
And I was saying what you're fasting from. I forget what it was, but I'm just curious though.
Yeah. So trying to build my relationship back with God. Going to church more often is another goal. I went. This already been once this year. That's
Amen.
Half of how many times I went last year. So
hey, listen.
I'm talking about in person. Sorry, I watched church, but in person was the goal because you feel the energy.
It's the different energy.
It's so different. Sitting on my couch watching it don't hit as hard as when I'm in the building. I cried the first day I went in there. I cried for what? But no, it was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. So
it changes.
I'm trying to do the 365 Bible. I want to read the whole Bible because I've never done it.
Me
I want to
either.
read the whole Bible. So I got the plan in the Bible app.
It was interesting.
Yep.
You know, I have another idea off of that. I just don't have the time, but we got to rewrite the Bible again. Not saying we got to change anything, but at moments that it was like,
I don't know what I'm reading.
Stay focused.
Wait, which version did you read? I'm reading the ESV version.
I read whatever version is the closest to the English I can easily interpret.
ESV.
And it still was like at certain times I was like there's a point where you just go through lineage, and I was like, Jebediah is the son of Javazia. And Javazia is the son of Hezekiah. And I'm like, Lord,
I want to have a Bible spelling bee because these names be going hard. I'm like, how y'all even spell these names?
Listen, don't talk about black people, okay? Or don't tell me these people in the Bible ain't black, as evidenced by these names. But anyway.
That's a good point.
So as we shift from maybe some clue-ins into our personal goals, we definitely want to share with our audience where we're going this year because we recognize we are only as good as our audience. And I will briefly just take a little time to say thank you guys. We had in our last kind of meeting with each other, we did a retrospect on how we did. And it was beautiful to see that, you know, for context and also just to really praise out anybody who is thinking about starting something, unsure, or when you start something, you think you have to automatically get somewhere. So we've been doing this for 6 months now, actually 7 as of this month. But we've been doing this 7 months, and what we have agreed as a group is to just make sure we remain consistent, and we'll look at how we did. And when we looked at how we did, we have reached over 20,000 people.
170,000 on YouTube.
170,000 people.
130,000
we've
on
been
TikTok.
Exactly. We've been able to reach hundreds of thousands of people. And I think, you know, with us coming in here, just yapping, picking our topics, you know, we've always been like, man, okay, but where can we get to next? What's the next thing? And I had to actually pause us and be like, hey guys, we got to remember we started at zero. Zero across all platforms except for Instagram in June of last year. And now we are able to look at these numbers. So first to encourage, or actually maybe I should say first to thank. Second to encourage. And then last is our ask, which is if you haven't already and you listen to us, even if it's sporadic, especially if it's ritualistic, please subscribe. Please follow, because that will empower us to bring you all more. That will allow us to be able to really dial in and make sure we can keep this thing going, to expand, and hopefully, we will next year be able to say, wow, we reached 500,000 people this year, or 1 million people this year. So that is our ask, just to start. And then there's some other things that we have planned.
I feel like we've been building with our audience, not like performing for them, right?
Exactly.
This is the real, like, we really just like this. Like, we would have had these conversations anyway, but we want to give y'all that insight, right?
About 2 years of talking to each other on the phone.
Just talking.
So we really, really, really are super grateful for all y'all, all our subscribers, all our viewers. Like, we love y'all. Keep subscribing, keep viewing, keep commenting, keep it coming, because we need y'all. Like, I shared one of the clips from the Ian from the Joe Budden podcast about like numbers and stuff, but the other one where he said, like, he was talking about how they got to millions of dollars per month, and then the guy from Earn Your Leisure, they was like, well, how you tell somebody to get to 100,000? He was like, bro, let's stop doing this. Like, just say, how can we get to 100? And you say that a lot to us. I'd be like, oh, man, we only got 100 views. You're like, bro, that's 100 people that sat down and watched.
Yeah.
Like, we should be grateful for that. So you changed my whole perspective of just because it's only like 100 or 200 or 500, even 1,000, like those people matter. So y'all still matter. I'm not going to shit on y'all and be like, yo, only 100 views. Thank y'all 100 viewers. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah. And we'll keep growing. So, the biggest takeaway from just the data that we see, we want to continue doing more, getting out there, getting in front of you guys. I got a lot of feedback over the break, like people I haven't seen in years, or just, man, I appreciate what you guys are doing. I'm proud of you. Like, I see your growth and your progression, just as a person, but also, in the tech space and the community. So I think that was the biggest things that I got, just kind of hearing that consistently. So you guys allowed me to say, we are on the right track. We're doing the right thing. You guys are listening. But it's a blessing to hear it from those individuals that you actually look up to, whether it's family, friends, mentors, ex-coworkers, or whoever. So it's just the random people like, hey, I've seen you on TikTok. Like, really? Where? In Canada?
I'm waiting for that. I can't wait to get that. When a random person be like, I saw you on TikTok or Instagram.
I'll have to tell y'all off camera.
Okay.
But a pseudo-celebrity ended up liking one of our videos.
Okay.
And then, like, I started following, and I was like, oh my God.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's just like one of those, like, you get these reaches that you don't really realize, but I saw the follow request, and I was like, why? How did this person find me?
Yep.
But then I realized it was from Tech Team.
Yeah.
Because
they followed you, your personal account.
Well, after.
Okay.
But the like initially was from our Tech Team trio.
Wow.
And so I was like,
I love
this
that.
is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
You want to go ahead?
No, I was going to say, the last thing, also from the feedback is, I feel like people want to push us to do so much more, so much faster. It's like, let us do this. Like, we are still learning. We're still getting to this. Like, we're not even a little bit over half a year in, but just, again, patient. Again, we'll take your feedback. We'll take your ideas. If you want to help out any kind of way, we will allow you to help. Trust me. We can build a team this year. That could be a goal.
Love it. Love it.
We can build a tech team, street team.
Yes.
Right. Oh, there we go.
Which
I like
you should
that.
remind people too is like, hey, we started this idea at 60%.
Yeah.
Like, we just pushed ourselves to start without perfecting. We're still getting to the like, okay, like, I don't know. I'm sure people who have been here since day one, they've likely noticed the change and like, okay, they're a little more lax. We'll allow a little bit more of kind of how we actually talk to each other to show through, certain things like that. So, but we love it.
Yes.
So don't hesitate or hold back from telling us what you see in us that we may not see in ourselves just yet.
To that point, I got to shout out one of our viewers who saw every episode last season, my boy Brandon, who Charles and I know I grew up with.
Hey, Brandon.
He called me and gave me the most heartfelt flowers for all of us. He's like, man, y'all are doing it. Keep doing it. For me, he's like, you came from Henderson, bro. Now you talking to people all over the world. Man, I started crying. Boy, that man had me crying. I've been crying all holiday season now that I think. Just showing me happy tears.
Happy tears.
Listen, happy tears. So I'm
man,
gonna cry.
40 and unlocked all of his emotions.
Oh, man.
Listen.
But no, I had plenty of those calls throughout the year. But we talked for an hour. He just talked for an hour, giving us and me our flowers.
So
and he was like, I don't want you to die before I say, Otis did great. So give your people your flowers. And now, while they're living, while they can still receive them, like, don't wait till it's over to talk about them.
Yeah, I think what we do also is like a platform, like, how you watch certain people who might do public speaking or people who work out every single morning, like those people can motivate you. So I think we motivate a lot of people that we don't know, and they're just watching us because they know who we are, and like they wish they could do the same things. Like, but I'm telling you, go start the podcast. Go whatever you're thinking about
start
doing.
The business.
Just do it. Why not?
Just do
come
it.
ask this question. I had a guy at work come to me last week, and literally on Monday or Tuesday, we're talking about how he's going to start a podcast to interview immigrants, right? So I'm like, why not use this, use that, use this? It's not hard, just put yourself out there. So
I do.
Be consistent. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
That's it.
So what else we got for this year for Tech Team popping off? We trying to do some merch. We're trying to have Tech Team across this right, or maybe on the side, maybe on the hoodie somewhere. But merch coming soon.
Yes.
Order, please.
Yes.
We got some merch ideas coming. We have a couple of speaking engagements coming. I've been asked to go to a couple of universities, a couple of events, so you guys will start seeing us. Let's say in Atlanta and Texas and North Carolina, our home, and just, where tech is really big this year or just over the last couple of years. So you'll see us, so definitely come give us a shout out, come speak to us, tell us your stories, and let's connect.
Yeah.
For sure.
And we plan on having some other faces on the show throughout the year.
Yes.
Get us some guests here, talk to people about what they have going on and actually hear it from them firsthand, a little similar to my impromptu interview with O a few episodes ago. And then just as always, which actually Charles, I will give him his flowers of being our leader on community outreach. So also making sure we have some good community outreach this year.
For sure.
Yeah, I would love for us to end this year. Well, by the time we end this year, I want us to be on the stage, have a live audience, you know, just having an episode and have you guys come and watch us and participate.
That would be
That's
great.
what I want us to do.
That would be amazing.
You gonna answer?
Listen.
I was trying to ignore.
We're gonna call it.
Calling, hello.
That was another thing that somebody shouted out. It was like they like that we don't clip the stuff that happens. It's just natural.
Oh,
like
yeah, y'all. We're a whole bunch of one-take Timmys around here. When I tell y'all, we haven't edited a single episode.
Not
it's
one.
actually kind of crazy. So you are getting all of the authenticity
And the
that we
bloopers,
have
yeah.
around here.
Which is having
So
fun. So yeah,
we are
enjoying
I love it.
ourselves.
I love it.
So we have quite a few things that have happened though, that we also in this new year, we would like to challenge ourselves a bit to kind of try and tie in some current events that are going on with what we have to talk about. So we don't want it to change the essence and what Techteenth is, but we do want to expand on, hey, outside of just talking about AI and the Black community and how those two intertwine, we can also talk a little bit about what we see going on around us and how that does still either impact ourselves or change the nature of tech as we know it. So
yeah, it's been wild these last few weeks since we last recorded with, the bombing in Nigeria, the Venezuelan capture from Trump, the protesters getting murdered. A lot's happened in like a short amount of time. There's 2026 is 2026, and I swear already, it's been a lot on us.
Major firms trying to buy out. So it's a lot of different moving pieces. A lot of moving pieces that are going to affect us as consumers, just as citizens, as people. So
yeah. And first, I'd love to start with maybe we can go in a little bit of chronological order, which is first the bombing of Nigeria on Christmas.
Yeah,
and how many people had no idea. It happened.
Yeah, talk about how we searched just a couple days ago. We searched a Google search about it.
Did a Google search about the bombing in Nigeria, and every news outlet that we got was a non-American outlet until we got maybe 3 or 4. Actually, it probably was 4 or 5 articles down. Yeah. Then it was the New York Times.
That was it.
So it was the reason why we wanted to talk about it was a little bit less to talk about the bombing itself and more to start this year off with reminding our audience, you need to research things and make sure that you actually, if you hear a whisper of something, do some research and see if there's a credible source. Do not just rely on your TV, the media that you see there. You need to make sure that you fact check everything, because also on the other end, with the Venezuela thing, there was an article going around on Facebook or something, because I heard it from someone else, that China was about to bomb us because we were taking away their oil, and she was freaking out. And then you look it up and you're like, hey, this is just the year. Let's start the year with, you need to research before you start broadcasting. Research, make sure you see it from trusted news outlets or even multiple news outlets that are sharing the exact same information. Because the fact that Nigeria got bombed and one of us was like, who? What? When did that happen? Okay, Charles, I don't know.
That's fine.
No. But I'm saying not to.
That proves the point.
But I'm the person who's up and I watch the news every single morning. Right? So I'm on CNN, I'm on Fox News, I'm on Good Day Atlanta. So when you told me that, I'm like, when did this happen? Like, we hit who? So I think the bigger issue there is, like, why was it masked?
Exactly.
Like, why was it muted? So there's a lot of information, a lot of things happening in this world that we won't hear about, that our government is keeping us from. And I don't want to be that conspiracy theorist, but I did have a friend that I talked to in the government, and she was just like, there are a lot of things that happen like that we just can't talk about, but it's been going on for hundreds of years. Maybe not hundreds, but, you know.
I mean, no, I would imagine that it's been going on hundreds of years, because you got to think, we just not too long ago in the theory of time got access to the world. So, I mean, that's also why America's been shaken up, because we were also always told we were the best. And over the last few years, we're seeing, hey, is this what the best looks like? Because I don't know.
Right. Like they always ask, when was America great? Y'all talking about make it great again? We ever great. But 3 things on the Nigeria piece. 1, it hit me hard because I was just in Nigeria.
Right.
And I was like, dang, what if I would have decided to go to Nigeria on Christmas instead of doing my birthday? And I would have been there. But just the people that I met and connected with, reached out to them, everybody was good, but they were really like, this is crazy. Like this, this is very impactful for us and our communities. So it's, even though we don't feel the impact here, it's still impacting people that we might know and that are we related to, because we all from West Africa anyway. So,
but also too, I think like they didn't bomb all of Nigeria. They bombed a state in Nigeria.
That's like saying, you bombed the whole country. It's a country.
It is a country, right? Thank you for correcting us. They bombed a specific area.
Exactly. So, second thing, censorship, right? Censorship has always been the thing. It's more prevalent now because, to our point, we heard about a whole city getting bombed in another country and couldn't find it on Google weeks later, right? And couldn't find a American news article except 1 week later. So things are being censored, and we know that, we see that. So do the research on your own. Make sure that you are going through relevant, important topics and subjects. Go to the right sources, because some sources could be fake news. I don't want to use that word, but it could be fake news. And then third, social media. The importance of social media, right?
How did y'all hear about it? I don't think I asked that.
Social media.
Oh, social media.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I follow a lot. Being out there, I started following a lot of companies out there. And so I saw real life videos of the aftermath.
Crazy enough, all my stuff is set to London VPN for work. And so I get a lot more international news, and it popped up. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And literally had to start searching. But I actually think I saw it on BBC.
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually think it came through from a BBC outlet.
Yeah. So that's the importance of social media, where when we don't get it from our own American news outlets, we can get it from social media videos. Granted, now there's AI videos embedded in the social media, so you don't know what's real or fake. But most of the time, you can get your global news from social media if you're not seeing it on the CNNs and the ABCs and the local news channels. So a lot's been happening. The world is changing. We aren't the only ones changing. The whole world is changing.
Yeah.
And it's going to be exciting and a little bit anxiety to see what's going to happen next, right?
See, I think it's still exciting because one of the things that I've seen that is encouraging is that while I don't think people are aware of how to buck against the system, because somebody said, man, aren't you scared about this new wave? And I said, well, the black people of 1960 and the black people of 2025. And I don't know if that whole, we just gonna allow people to let dogs bite us. And, that was a tactic that worked. But I just don't think in this day and age, not that I promote violence, not that I promote conflict of any sort. But all I will say is I do think the landscape is different also because I fully in my heart know it won't be just black people either. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's also that black people will be standing alone trying to fight for themselves anymore. There are several people who don't identify as African American or black that fully will help stand with us. We've seen it, and while it's not in chronological order, I think we saw it with that shooting of the white woman from ICE, where she's out there supporting a full community that's not like her, and fully standing on it, and unfortunately gave her life because of it, or lost her life. I don't want to say gave her life because that was not her plan. But it's things like that actually, while insanely sad, I'm like, hey, we have more people in our corners that want to see the world just be whatever the fuck this isn't.
Yeah. And from the Minneapolis shooting, I saw that they raised over $1 million at this point for her family.
As they should.
The community came together, after the fact, and I've seen a lot of protests, even in the one in Portland.
I mean, the mayor came out and said, "Get out."
Yeah, exactly. So it unfortunately it brings us together. We got to come together when people don't get killed.
What actually are we bringing together? I'm not saying a couple of dollars, but $1 million for her 3 kids, and this is not serious, but Renee Nicole Good, 37, mother 3, U.S. citizen. So we're like
U.S. citizen.
So it's like you said we're coming together. People are protesting different cities, but again, what is that actually accomplishing? And
I mean, it puts out though at least I think, unfortunately, we do have to have some downside before we see good. Yeah. Because I think it brings more awareness to what is actually happening, to how people are actually treating people who are US citizens. I think this is a very loud megaphone of like, hey, she wasn't some illegal immigrant trying to run away because they were trying to pull her from her family. She was there to support that not happening. And so if we are actually shining a light that ICE is not actually an immigration thing, they're just here to intimidate. If all of us agree that this is wrong, we can push that out and at least change the nature of how they show up. At least, if nothing else, have them reconsider. Because I pray that family sues the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Because it's like that was a wrongful death. Because even with that lady coming out trying to say she was trying to run her over, and there's videos of
but
what
even with the
actually
wrongful deaths
occurred.
in every cities, and we have a friend who he does civil lawsuits across the country. Shout out Harry Daniels, but they go after these city officials and these cops and these stations. Again, it's more money from the city, but it's our taxpayers' money that's paying out these families. So again, where's the change?
I mean, but then it still comes with, there's no other option, unfortunately. A lot of these things, if we want to actually be very real, most of those places are backed by billions of dollars that we could never do. So in my opinion, this helps in the way that we can fight, that we can show up, because if we deflate this to try and come up with something that can really evoke change, unfortunately, the only alternative is something we can't come up with.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, I say it's better than doing nothing, though. I mean, coming together, it may not have impactful change immediately or even in the future, but it's better than sitting there and say, "Oh, well, she got shot."
No, I'm
Let's go to the next one.
not saying that, but I guess it's this sense of, again, I get it. Coming together, walking in the middle of the street, you feel good about yourself, but it's like,
sometimes those laws get changed. People get elected to help change those laws. Somebody might be like, oh, now I want to be a council person or an elected official because I want to affect change in my community. And they might not have ever thought about that before this.
And I can tell you, actually, what it does change is thinking that there's groupthink on the other side. That you're not, like, if you don't actually see people that agree that this is wrong and this is messed up, if you're in your house and you don't see that, you might become like, oh, well, I shouldn't go out and say anything, or maybe I shouldn't say anything or challenge the people in power because I might be alone. And then how can I, like, there's a fear, in wanting to speak out. So what it does change, or maybe it's not change, but it makes people aware, like, there are other people who do not agree with this and they're willing to say that boldly. And I think
I'll have
that's
to personally research. If I go back and look at the last, let's say, 5 or 10, even murders back to George Floyd, like what was actually changed since those murders and those individuals? Like even negate ICE, but just kind of go back and see like what has changed.
I mean, in theory, things have changed, but then again, the people with money have decided it shouldn't change. So like when you think about it, after George Floyd, everything changed dramatically for it was a brief stint in time. But I'm just saying, like, what did it do? It did change. Ooh, sorry, this mic is so close. It did change things, though, in the sense of the way people were approaching Black and brown people. People were choosing to have empathy. Now, the media and propaganda then made it into some sort of white people now should feel guilty, which is never, for anybody who is not Black or identifies as a white person listening to this, we don't ever want y'all to necessarily be marginalized like us. We just want to be equal. That is it. You don't have to feel guilty for what happened with your ancestors. Please, Lord knows, I got only 2 generations back that's done some really weird shit. And I don't take ownership of that, And it's like, so I don't expect all, white people to take the sins of their ancestors, but also to acknowledge that some of those ancestors probably weren't bad either. You know what I mean? So anyway, but it's that shaping, though, that changes things of like, oh, well, now you're trying to make the majority feel bad for being the majority. So,
I guess just to close out this topic, really, like, what is there anything from outside of everything we talked about, including everything we talked about? Is there anything that impacted you that now maybe change your mindset or how you're approaching 2026 or in the future?
From the recent events?
Any events, all the recent events.
Yeah, again, I would say stay active. Again, we want to be in the community, giving back,
exactly.
So leveraging resources. I know I do have some friends that don't get out and do anything. So I try to stay active, whether it's mentoring, guiding, supporting. I actually donated some money to a girl I don't even know to help pay her tuition, at A&T this semester. So
wow,
my buddy's mother reached out on Facebook, said she needed X thousands of dollars, and people just donated, and she had that money in 24 hours to pay all
That's
semester.
amazing.
So little things like that making that impact. So somebody I never meet, don't know who she is, you can walk across me today. But it's like knowing I kind of help somebody do that is, kind of that takeaway. So continue giving back, continue acting in the community, not just your families, but your surroundings as well. So
I think for me, to piggyback on that, it's for us inviting the community into our process, right? Like it's been us in our site, our little bubble, doing what we think we want the community, what the community wants. Now this year, we're like, let's come together, us and the community, and we want to hear your feedback. We want to hear what you want us to talk about because we want to engage with y'all. So we're going to be more engaging this year. And I feel like that's impactful for us in our community.
Yeah. And then I think obviously those two are great. And for some of the recent events or even at the end of last year, for me, it's just making sure I don't take one either news outlet or one post as truth. I just think unfortunately, I can't be lazy to receive news and information anymore. I have to, if something captivates me or captures my attention, I need to do some deep diving. So
I'm on the same page with you. I feel like I stay in my little U.S. bubble. I see global news, but not to now. I think I need to just expand that even more, right? It's the whole geopolitical landscape right now. We just need to understand how the world is operating because we stay in our United States bubble. So that's a good point. I'm going to try to do that as well.
So, So hopefully everybody's enjoyed this first episode back with Tech Team. We could keep gabbing forever, but we don't have time for that. Y'all don't want to.
Anybody got time for that?
But anyway, thank you guys for coming back, engaging with us. We have so many great things for y'all this year.
Yes. And like I said at the top of the episode, like, share, subscribe, comment. Please subscribe. We need the subscribers, please.
YouTube specifically.
Yes, YouTube specifically for sure. So thank y'all again. We love y'all.
Happy New Year.
That's the last one. Bye, y'all.
Bye.